warmer.
Yeah, it is. A lot warmer.
And who else? Yeah, that's
Ready when you're ready. Where's Samantha? You checked all those? I signed them all. Jeannie, you ready? Ready?
I'm ready. Still feel comfortable going.
Good evening and welcome to the City of Millville Commission meeting for November 21st, 2017. The time is 6:30. I call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Mayor Santiago?
Here.
Commissioner Ennis?
Here.
Commissioner Davis?
Here.
Commissioner Peraka-Campari?
Here.
Commissioner Sui?
Here.
We're going to have, let's all stand for the invocation by Reverend Pastor Murky, followed by the salute to the flag, please.
We often take moments of silence to commemorate sad moments, but this is Thanksgiving season, and I see a whole lot to be thankful for. So I wonder if we could just take a moment just to bow our heads and give thanks for all the blessings that we have. Father God, we are grateful for the potential that we see before us, for the championship team, for our police officers who keep us safe, for our commissioners who sacrifice to lead us. We are grateful for our city and the opportunity to participate in it, and we pray that tonight's meeting will be a time of blessing, that you will guide and direct us, give us wisdom, and lead us forward by your grace in all things, for we ask it in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, I want to give you guys a round of applause. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by law. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any review changes to the agenda?
Mayor, there are three. Commissioner Sui's department will be presenting award certificates to the 2017 Tri-County American Conference Sophomore Division Champions. Ordinance added to authorize Village Drive agreement, and the removal of new business item 2 to advertise for bids for the solid waste contract.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With that being said, Commissioner,
You want to do it now? You want to do pay the bills and all that stuff first?
let's do this first.
All right, let's do it. Come on, Sam. We'll get you up here. Don't worry about it. You'll be here in a minute. Yep.
All right. Well, it's absolutely my pleasure to congratulate you publicly here in the City Commission chambers. For those who don't know me, I'm Samantha Cruz. I'm the Recreation Supervisor, whatever title is. Anyway, I run the Recreation Department here for the City of Melville. And it's my honor to work with your Coach Rob. He does an excellent job with you guys. I know he has a few words to say, but he'll do that after we give each and every one of you a wonderful certificate that the Mayor and Commissioner Sui, which he is the Director of Parks and Recreation here for the City of Millville. So he's the one who is my boss and lets me know what I do every single day. So thank you, Commissioner Sui. He's also the one he's also the one that's been working hard on getting you guys a new football field out back at your complex. And I know the other commissioners have allowed monies to flow that way. So we're very privileged for that. And your field is looking pretty good out there. I say so for myself, right? You like that football field? Okay. All right, I'm going to try my best. I've been working with Miss Green back there to get these names correct, but if I mess up, I apologize, okay? So when we call your name, come on up and accept your certificate, okay? And now you want them to stay up here so we can take a group picture of it? You got enough room? Yeah. Okay. All right, very first one is Aiden Dawkins. Anton Barber, Jr. Byron Sharp. Dante Johnson Jr. Dinar Williams. Demetrius Riley. Devonte Smith. Eli Selby. James Jackson. I think we might have got one stuck together. This was the problem. I don't know if you had that problem too, Mayor, when you were signing them. I apologize. I apologize. All right. So that's James Jackson, and then it's going to be James Lawson. Jasiah Martin. Kaylin Patterson. Keith Coulter. Kenyatta Weiler. Lee German. Nasir Carson. Octavius Spence. Reginald Holly III. Raylan Harris. Savon Jones. Shamar Collins Jr. Terrence Ridgway Jr. Traheen Herring. Tyler Cristobal. William Green III. Willie Braxton. And I have Xavier Hart. Did we miss a couple? Okay, so I did get a list, and it wasn't it. So I want you both to come up here and tell me your names, and I'll make sure Ms. Green gets your certificates, okay? What's your name, sweetheart? Jossier Patterson. Okay. Thank you. I'll get your certificate to you, sweetheart. What is it? Andre Chavera. Chavera. Congratulations. I will make sure I get your certificate. I apologize. You got the picture? You get.
Nice job.
All right. You guys go ahead and have a seat for us. I just have two events. A couple events. I'm gonna do them really quick, and then I would like Coach Rob to come up, and I know he has a few words for us. I do apologize, but I think this is really important because these kids, I don't know if you heard it, but they're the 2017 Tri-County American Conference champions for the sophomore division. So give them one more hand round applause, please. And they are 10-0. They have not lost the game all season. So boys, congratulations. And I know in 2 weeks you're on your way to Delaware. And then Ohio. So you're going to be able to go see some awesome things outside of New Jersey. But real quick, I do have a couple things going on. There's always a lot going on in the Millville Recreation Department, and I would urge that anybody who wants to know what's going on, just give me a call. I'm Facebook available. I do try to go to bed early, but I will answer probably at 5 a.m. So if you don't like answers back that early in the morning, silence your phones, okay? So, but I do want to let you guys know, and I heard that you guys are in the Christmas parade Friday night, right? Yeah, so our Star Spangled Christmas Parade is this Friday night. It kicks off at 7 o'clock right down High Street. So make sure you get there early, get a good spot. Unless you're in the parade, then you get to have fun, go down the parade route, wave at everybody, and smile, right? It's going to be a good time. And hopefully I'll be able to see most of you at the registration area. The next thing I have going on is our Remember Me ceremony. Remember Me is for those children that we have lost in our community. It is a very somber event, but I do urge you, if you have lost a child, please contact me. I would love to have your child involved with our, because it's always a time to remember your child. So that's December 10th from 6 o'clock at the American Legion. And then our last event that we have going on right now is every Tuesday and Wednesday. It is Adult Walking Club from 6:30 to 7:30 at Lakeside Middle School. Nice, clean environment over there, safe and warm, because at this time of the year it's quite cold outside. So I do, once again, I'm very privileged to have time here up at the podium, and I appreciate everything, and I definitely send a very big congratulations out to you guys. So, Coach Rob, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I will be brief. I promise you that. Under normal circumstances, the rule is moments like this are best reserved for the people that deserve them. And this moment is your moment, because you guys committed yourselves to 6 months of work, and that paid off huge. Your dedication and commitment to what you did equaled success. And I want you to take that with you out of here, into the classroom, into your home life. Commitment, hard work, dedication will equal success. That's a formula to remember. Understand me? All right. Another thing that I don't typically do enough of is thank the men and women who volunteer in our organization. The work is plentiful, but the workers are few. But the workers that we do have are absolutely dedicated and committed to purpose. Not only are you committed, because commitment isn't enough, I appreciate you for your character as people, as men in the community, as women, leaders. I heard somebody say one time that commitment without character equals chaos. And we don't want that. That's not what we have. That's not what we're about. I'm very proud of the men and women who support us. I'm proud of the parents who dedicate themselves night in and night out to our success, to the success of our future, which is the children that you see in this room. I would also like to thank the current City Commission for your determination and your effort to see to it that our boys had a place to play. We faced some very difficult circumstances over the last 3 years, and with your help, guidance, support, we were able to overcome those circumstances. And we found a home out at the Lakeside Athletic Complex. In particular, I'd like to thank my middle linebacker, Joe Suey. I don't know how many football people are in the room, but that middle linebacker is a guy that's the most aggressive on the field. He plays downhill, and we coach it that way. And Joe, he has a tremendous heart for the children in this community. He was with me from beginning to end, and all the times in between. And Commissioner Suey, I appreciate you. I respect you, and I appreciate you. So, everybody, good night. City Commission, I thank you very much for your time.
Joe, hey Joe, you want to make a comment? You want to talk anymore? Yeah, you're good. Any commissioner want to make a comment?
You know what, guys? Just keep doing what you're doing. Coaches keep coaching. Rob, keep fighting for you. You guys keep playing, hard work. You see where you're at. You see where you're going. Keep that end goal in sight and keep working on it. Go ahead and win a couple more games. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other commissioner? No? Anybody else? What I want to tell you, young men, is that you had fun. You had fun playing, right? Yes, sir. But the people behind you are the ones that put really the work in. Your parents, your volunteers. So I think you should turn around and thank all of them. Your mom and dads, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa, and all those volunteers that really helped you out. So keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyone else? No? All right. Commissioner Ennis, Chief Farabella, it's your turn.
As the Commissioner of Public Safety, it is my privilege and duty to introduce our Chief of Police, Jody Farabella, who will come and do a special presentation. Thank you, sir.
I'd like to ask Detective Tony Lotek and Officer Butsky to come up here, please. Before we get started, I want to say, guys, I'm very proud of you, what you guys have accomplished. I was excited to hear you may go to Ohio. I'm just going to echo what the Commissioner just said. Just keep it up. You make Millville proud. So very proud of you, and I'm sure all the Commissioners and all your family and everybody here as well is just as proud. My story today is not going to be as cheerful as the football team, but what we're here for today is I have two K-9 officers who have served with the Millville Police Department for a very long time. Our K-9s do a tremendous job out in our streets. They do crowd control. They locate suspects. They find a weapon, and they save lives, and they protect the citizens, and they control crowds of hundreds of people, and they're just such a valuable tool. And I'm going to read a proclamation for Officer Butsky and his K-9 Hannah. K-9 Hannah was a wonderful dog, and I had the opportunity and the honor and the privilege to be with him when his dog was no longer able to sustain life. I want to tell you, as an officer, just seeing that, it's tough because these dogs are not just police dogs. They're not just the property of the Millville Police Department and your property. These dogs are the officer's property and their family members and their friends, and it's very hard when that time comes. But I want to give a lot of credit to Officer Butsky because he knew the time was there, and he knew it was the best thing for his dog. And I want to read a little proclamation on his behalf. Whereas K-9 Hannah, a Chesapeake Bay Retriever, began his career in 2007 with the Cumberland County Sheriff's Department as a bomb dog. After being rescued by her partner, Officer John Butsky, one day prior to being scheduled to be euthanized. That's interesting because that dog was going to be put down, and Officer Butsky rescued that dog and was able to put that to law enforcement use. Whereas K-9 officers graduated from the Atlantic County K-9 Academy, shortly thereafter joined the New Jersey State Police Detective and Render Safe Task Force. And whereas in 2008, K-9 Hannah, along with her partner K-9 John Butsky, transferred to the Millville Police Department. Is wherein K-9 Hannah served not only with the City of Millville Police and Cumberland County, but also State of New Jersey by responding to hundreds of bomb calls during the 10-year career. Whereas K-9 Hannah also visited several schools throughout Cumberland County with her partner and was also adopted by many of those schools. You can just imagine how many schools, how many kids embraced that dog. It was a very big friend to all of our county, and I'm sure they're going to miss him. K-9 Hannah assisted with the safety of both fans and played in Super Bowl 48. Just a little touch on that. When we had the Super Bowl 48, K-9 Hannah actually went there and helped out with any bomb detections and things like that. So we're very proud as a Millville Police Tool to be able to be at that Super Bowl and participate in that. By searching for explosive devices which were held at the MetLife Stadium at the Meadowlands. Whereas K-9 Hannah was loyal, dedicated partner to K-9 John Butsky, who was loved not only by her partner, but his wife Jamie and children, Ashley and AJ. Now therefore be proclaimed that the Board of Commissioners of the City of Millville of New Jersey, with this worth sadness, her distinguished tour of duty ended on October 26, 2017. I want to thank the Commissioners for giving us this proclamation for Officer K-9 Butsky. And I tell you, words can't describe. I'm going to give Officer Couchy, he's going to say a few words, but my other K-9 officer here is Detective Tony Lotek, and his dog. And his K-9 dog, Nitro. Nitro was a patrol dog, did detection. I don't have the stats in front of me, but numerous drug work it did, numerous amounts of money that was brought in by the work of Nitro. Nitro was retired a couple years ago after a very bad accident that Tony Lotek was in while he was on the job. Equally is the same. When you have to put a K-9 down, not only is it doesn't matter if it's in service or not, it's a family member. And I want to leave this to Officer Couchy. He's going to explain a little bit more about Tony Lotek's dog and also Butsky's dog, and we have a little plaque to give both of them. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As the chief said, these dogs are part of our family. I'm also a canine handler with the Millville Police Department, and I can speak from experience when I say that losing your partner is the hardest thing you'll ever experience in your career. It's often been said that canine is the best and the worst position to have in law enforcement. The reason for that being the best, you get to bring your dog to work every day. The worst is your days are numbered with your partner. So at some point, your time together is over. And these dogs and these handlers deserve recognition for their service in this community. All right, so on behalf of the Millville Police Department, K-9 Unit, and PBA 213, we'd like to present both handlers with a plaque for their canines, their dedicated service, as well as their remains, their ashes, both canines. So what we have here is for Officer John Butsky. This is in memory of K-9 Hannah, an exceptional K-9, a faithful companion, and a loyal public servant. End of watch, 10/26/17. Officer Butsky and Hannah served with the Sheriff's Department prior to coming to Millville Police Department, so you see both patches here for that. Actually, a picture of the two of them at Super Bowl 48, and some other pictures on here, plus our Millville Police patch. And this insignia right here is for explosive handlers specifically. So this is for Officer Butsky. Tried her best not to bring emotion into this, but the most important reason we're here tonight is to present Officer Butsky with K-9 Hannah. The next plaque we have is for K-9 Nitro. This is in memory of K-9 Nitro. Again, an exceptional K-9, a faithful companion, loyal public servant. End of watch, 11/6/17. This was a really difficult time for the Millville Police Department. Within a couple of weeks, we lost two K-9s. One retired, one still active, but either way, they're still public servants here, and they've been a big part of this community for a long time. So, again, our Millville Police patch. This is a tactical patch that we had made for our K-9 handlers for doing special assignments. K-9 Nitro, patrol and narcotic detection dog, located several $1,000s worth of narcotics on the street, apprehended criminals on the street, protected officers. And something else you should know about these dogs is that they would selflessly lay down their lives for us. I mean, without hesitation, they would jump in front of a bullet for us. They would detect an explosive device, and be in a room where it was possibly detonated. To protect everyone else, to protect the citizens that they've sworn to protect. Okay. So again, some pictures for observation. here the ashes for Canine Nitro, an outstanding canine partner and loyal public servant. And again, the end of watch stayed on here.
I'd just like to say, obviously, it's very touching to see this because they are like family. And it's a special breed that these guys have. I see K9 Craig Johnson over there. They did this on their own, these plaques. And when both of these dogs went down, everybody was with them. So we're going to bring some more canines back to Millville, and they do a fantastic job. So I'm very honored to do this tonight for our law enforcement officers. Thank you.
And we certainly do want to thank our officers. Very quickly, I remember years ago, Officer Lotek came and did a presentation for our kids at the church, and it was phenomenal, and we always will be grateful to him. Now, before you young people leave out of the room, give me 1 second, because I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to acknowledge all of you for your contribution to the city of Millville and to your profession in football. Very proud of you. Very thankful for your cooperation and for what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Keep on supporting those who support you. I also want to acknowledge my youngest brother. We seldom have an opportunity to be in the same room simultaneously because we are on two different spectrums of profession. But I want you to know, sir, as I've told you many times, even though you're younger than me, I esteem you to the highest. I have a lot of respect for you, for what you have contributed to not just these young people here, but many of them who have gone on now to play college football because of the efforts that you and so many others have put forth. Love you very much, sir. Appreciate your work. Thank you. Sometimes people befriend you on Facebook.
I hear you might get things settled. He's working on some. He's working on it. Tell him you're working on something and get things settled.
Take a 10-minute recess. Food, soft drinks. Good job, bud. Yeah, no.
Wow.
Okay, Madam Clerk, as we continue with the meeting, go right into minutes of November 2017, please, for approval. Motion?
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of November 8th work session and commission meeting minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business.
Motion second?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Abstain.
Commissioner Perka-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Move to pay the bills.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perka-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We've now reached the public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone that would like to make a comment on an agenda item, please come up to the mic. State your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close the public comment on agenda items only. Old business, please.
There is none tonight, Mayor.
All right. Petitions and letters.
There are no petitions and letters.
Reports of commissioners. Commissioner Davis.
Not at this time, Mayor.
Commissioner Sui.
Already done.
Good man. Commissioner Ennis.
All done.
Commissioner Perkin-Perry.
Yes, I have something. I wanted to just do a legal update. As far as the municipal court goes, the commissioners received an email from the new municipal judge, Judge Witcher. I would like that to be received and filed so it's part of the permanent record. There were just a couple highlights of the report that I think are important. One with code enforcement. He has already he's only been in office since September 1st, so this report was written the end of October, so in 2 months. He has managed to limit the time that code enforcement officers are now in court. It's under 90 minutes. Before, what was happening is they had to spend the whole morning there and then part of the afternoon. So now we're more efficient in that department and they can get back to work. He also reduced the number of active cases from 326 to 157. So he halved that. And then there was backlog cases that were over a year old. He reduced that from 152 to 54. So what that means, if someone got a violation for not mowing their grass, it sat in court for a year, and that's why a lot of the code enforcement problems were not taking place. So that's all being rectified. He thinks he'll have it down to 0 by the end of the year. The backlog in the other cases that go through the court, the backlog was 1,120 cases. He now has it down to 661. So he's starting court on time. I've had a lot of compliments about the court, just individuals in town calling me, and I'm very happy with what's going on there. It's just more efficient and more professional now, so that's a good thing. The other thing about the municipal attorney, Brock has won another Supreme Court case for the city of Millville, so we're very proud of him. He won this time in tax court. The previous case that he won, and this is after it goes through 2 appeal levels, so it's a pretty big deal. This one was the Mill Village case. That was watched across the state because that would affect all rental registration and inspections, which is a very important part of code enforcement and help keeping the city safe and being a voice for the renters. So the result is that now municipalities of that case was that they can continue to inspect the rentals, and the city also received back $80,000 that had been sitting and we couldn't collect. So we thank Mr. Russell for his very important service. The last legal update is the Wheaton Property. Commissioner Sui and I got to spend 2 lovely days in the city of Camden at the bankruptcy court. 2 very long days where we heard all the testimony. The trial part of the case is done. 3 interesting points came out of the trial. Mr. Rock is who the city has the case against. He's part of GGI, the partnership that took over the Wheaton Property. He stated under oath that the city gave him $1 million in loans. The paperwork for that $1 million was never filed back in 2006, and as a result, Mr. Rock did not have to pay the entire loan back when he closed the plant a few months after receiving the $1 million. Then in 2012, Mr. Rock stated he went to the city and appealed his taxes, even though he had not paid them since 2009. By law, if you file an appeal, your taxes are supposed to be paid in full. For some reason, though, the tax appeal was granted by the city attorney, and in fact, the assessment was reduced from $1.2 million down to $600,000, so it was reduced by half. Still, Mr. Rock refused to pay his taxes, and then the final blow to the city was that the previous commission never did anything to foreclose on the property. So we've been working on that for 4 long years. We went through the foreclosure, we went through the bankruptcy. The trial part is over, so what happens next is the attorneys now have until March to submit their briefs. In April, the judge will have looked at the briefs and he'll decide what additional information he wants and then what time frames for all that additional information. And then after that, the judge gets to decide, and he can take as long as he wants. So we're hoping that that'll be done sometime next year. Not sure when that date will be, unfortunately. This is another very, very important case for the entire state. It was the topic at the recent League of Municipalities meeting down in Atlantic City. The outcome is going to affect the ability of all municipalities to foreclose on delinquent properties, and this hurts the taxpayer. So this was an ongoing 4-year project. I trust that the new commission will follow this project through. I trust that they will appoint the 2 attorneys that have worked very hard on this important and very complicated case for the past 4 years. So there will be some continuity of knowledge that will continue, since Commissioner Sui and I will not be here, and we're the 2 commissioners that were directly involved from this in the beginning. So I hope and trust that the new commission will also continue with the redevelopment plans for this property, and not, as they said during the election, to turn the property over to the CCIA. If that property is turned over to the CCIA, it will no longer be a rateable for the city of Millville. And for a financial update, I have a copy of the tentative budget that this commission submitted to the CFO. I would like this also to be received and filed so that the public will have access to it. I'm happy to report it's a 0 tax increase for the 4th straight year for our portion of the taxes. Also, contrary to what was said in the election, and in contrast to what's going on in the rest of the state, our ratables are up, and so is our surplus. I trust that the new commission will work hard to continue this course of increasing ratables, keeping the surplus stable and the taxes at 0. Because we have proven that it is possible, and I hope they will stay the course.
Move to receive and file the 2 aforementioned reports.
Thank you.
Second. Did you say progress?
Not yet. I said thank you to him.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think we have to vote on that.
Yep.
To receive and file.
It's okay.
You're just receiving and file. You gotta vote.
We normally
We vote on every other thing we receive and file.
All right, Commissioner,
We'll vote on it then. Go ahead.
Commissioner Ennis,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Perry,
Yes.
Commissioner Sui,
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Receive and
And I also have the tax collector's report for October 2017 to be received and filed.
I guess we should vote on that one too.
Yeah.
You have to second
Move to
it.
receive and file.
I don't know. Do we need?
Yes.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Perry,
Yes.
Commissioner Sui,
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you for your advice, Mr. Russell. Progress on me. Ordinance on second reading, please.
Yep, okay. Our first one is an ordinance amending Chapter 61, Article 4, Collection and Disposal of Solid Waste, Section 25, Residential Dwelling Compliance Requirements, so as to require proof of contract with a solid waste hauler in the case of a multifamily dwelling.
Move the ordinance on second reading.
Second.
All right, folks, this is an ordinance on second reading for the public. It's an ordinance in reference to Chapter 61, Article 4, Collection of Disposal of Solid Waste. Anyone that would like to make a comment on this, please step up to the mic, state your name, your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close the public hearing on item 15.1. Roll call.
Mayor, I have one comment.
Okay.
This ordinance, along with the next one that they apply to multifamily dwellings, should go a long way to cleaning up the city, especially in the center city, where we have these large apartment complexes. And in the long run, it's going to pass some savings on to the taxpayers, because we won't be picking up their trash any longer.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Perry,
Yes.
Commissioner Sui,
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance amending the Municipal Code of the City of Millville, Chapter 11, Bureau of Permits and Inspections, Section 73, registration permit and fee to require proof of contracts with a private waste hauler, multifamily dwellings.
Move the ordinance on second reading.
Second.
Once
Was that Ennis?
No.
Oh, Davis. Okay. Excuse me.
Once again, this is a reading for a public hearing, ordinance number 2, involving the municipal code for the city of Millville, Chapter 11, Bureau of Permits and Inspection. Anyone that would like to make a comment or statement on this, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close the public hearing on ordinance number 2. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinance on first reading, please.
Okay, we have an ordinance amending the municipal code of the City of Millville, Chapter 39, Motor Vehicles and Traffic Regulations to repeal and add the following parking reserved for handicapped persons. We're going to repeal 415 North 5th Street and add 629 North 2nd Street.
Move the ordinance on first reading.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. The second one is an ordinance amending the municipal code of the City of Millville, Chapter 17, Fire Department, Article 3, Enforcement and Uniform Fire Safety Act, Section 21, Certification Required Verifying Carbon Monoxide Alarm and Smoke Detector Installation, so as to make the fee schedule conform to the fee schedule established by the New Jersey Division of Fire Safety.
Motion to move the ordinance.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, the third one is an ordinance to approve application and financial agreement for a long-term tax exemption with Village Drive Healthcare Urban Renewal LLC for Block 266, Lots 7.05 and 7.06.
Move the ordinance on first reading with second reading to be December 5th.
Second motion.
Any comments?
I have a comment. We are still in negotiations with them. This is for the assisted living project. We need to get this done by the end of the year due to changes in the taxes. They will lose their funding if it's not approved by the end of the year. So that's why it's starting now, but we will be in negotiations with them for the next 2 weeks to make sure that it does well for the city also.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolutions, please.
Okay, item 1 is a resolution authorizing special assessment of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to board and secure plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 6 of the Municipal Code.
Move the resolution.
So move.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records.
Move the resolution.
We'll say something.
So move.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing professional service contracts with Allen Associates Incorporated of Island, New Jersey to act as insurance broker of record for the City of Millville Employee Health Benefit Program related to insurers for dental, vision, prescription drugs, and life insurance to be paid by various insurers for the period covering January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2018.
Before we do this, there's a problem with this based on our closed session today because it includes life insurance.
Regina?
Well, it did. I don't have to defer to
Brock?
Brock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you want to do. I think this is one of those strange contracts that needs to be approved this time
Yeah,
of the year.
he's
rather
the
than-
broker. I mean, we could cancel a contract
We
within it.
couldn't cancel.
Well, that's the broker. But I mean, he has contracts within it. I mean, that contract already is a 2-year term.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, there's a wording in there, Solicitor, that we spoke about.
Right,
Those 2 words, and
right.
so
I mean, it's
I,
your call.
I can't vote on it.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys.
I'm going to move to amend it and remove the term life insurance from the resolution.
Somebody-
Second.
Any other comments? Roll call.
All right, hold on. So Sui and Perecca-Compare as amended.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Compare?
No.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
And Mayor Santiago?
No vote.
Okay, so abstain?
Abstain.
No, they're taking
Next, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that?
So, yeah, that
We
can be
amended it. Yeah.
New business, please.
Make a motion to authorize the following social affair permits on behalf of the Millville Elks Lodge on December 2nd from 6 to 10 and December 31st from 6 to 2 a.m.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Precca Compari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
My motion carries.
New
All right,
business, item 3, please.
Make a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise for bids for the project known as Sewer Department Pumps and Accessories, with said bids to be returned to the purchasing board on December 19th at 10 a.m.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Precca Compari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We've now reached the public comment portion of this meeting. Anyone who'd like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name, and address your concerns, and please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Good evening, Kirk Hewitt, Millville. I watched the work session today, and some of my questions were answered. I've got a couple here that I'd like to ask questions of the commission, seeing it's going to be changing drastically. And they sort of go back to other commissions, but they've been at this commission before. Field of Dreams, I know we had an issue with their occupancy permit. Does anybody know if that has ever been settled yet?
It is not.
It is not.
We're
They
trying
do
to.
not hold one at this point.
Yeah.
They do not hold one.
Do
Okay.
not.
We're trying to, if you would like me to speak,
Yes,
I
go
can
ahead.
talk about that. We had some meetings with them, and one of the difficulties is that it's not just the city in the Field of Dreams, because there was a determination or decision made by the planning board granting an approval. There was an appeal taken from that, and there's actually 2 other parties that are involved, the Citizens United, and then also, I think, the National Audubon Society. So what we tried to do was to get everybody in a room together and see if we could come up with something that would help move the project forward one way or another, see if there was some common ground. And we had that meeting. It was out at the Field of Dreams. I thought it went well, but I don't think we've gotten any feedback on that. But it's ultimately something that is going to require an agreement or litigation. But if there's an agreement, the agreement's going to have to be not just the city and the Field of Dreams, but it's going to have to be the city, the Field of Dreams, and the other 2 parties. So it's a little
gonna
more
be
complicated.
Still an
Yeah.
ongoing process that we're just have to
They
keep our
didn't.
eyes on.
They did not comply with the sound wall.
And I guess they didn't comply with what else was needed to obtain their occupancy permit.
Which was basically the sound
Sound
wall.
wall.
Yeah, that's really
Okay.
it. They really got it down. I think there were 2 items.
The trees, they didn't do exactly what the planning board said, but I guess the city decided that was okay.
So it's just one item, the sound wall, and that really was what the discussions
That's where the
were about.
Audubon Society and stuff came
But
in, 'cause the
they
trees.
weren't happy with some drainage issues out there either when they saw them. So there's a few
Yeah,
other
I know there
things
was
that
a
aren't
few
done.
things that were there.
Yes.
Okay. Going back about 3 work sessions ago, our fire inspector was out to New Jersey Motorsport Park to do an inspection for a weekend activity. It was brought to the attention of the commission at that time that there was some new construction going on, that there wasn't any permits pulled. Do we know
Correct.
anything about that?
They went out and inspected, and they did find that they had built without obtaining permits, and now that's on the tax rolls. So they
Okay.
did take care
So
of
that's
that.
taken care of.
Yeah, I don't know what happened though when they didn't. I don't know what happened with the fire aspect of it.
Because that still has to be approved.
I'm
and
not sure. That one I don't know about. I don't know if one of the other commissioners know. That commissioner, and that's your department. I don't know if you know.
Not sure at
So
this
that'll
time.
be a carryover probably to the next
Absolutely.
commission also then, correct?
They also never took care of the PA system, which
That
they
was
had
at-
promised to do. So you can add that to the list.
And I'd like to thank you all for what you have done, for bringing another good budget. We realize it's going to go up, like you said, sooner or later. And I want to thank you all. I may not get back here to the next meeting for what you did, the ones that are leaving, and wish the ones that are coming good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joe Sutherland, 51 Dorset Avenue. I'm here first as the coordinator of the Melville Municipal Alliance Committee. And this Friday, just before the Christmas parade, starting at 6:30, starting at 6:20, is the 1 mile fun run and 5K for the Jolly Holly Run. Any of you that are interested, yeah, you're more than welcome to come out. And our run gets done in time for the parade to start, we hope. But otherwise, we'll get yelled at. December 3rd is our annual culmination dinner, volunteer recognition. And if any of you at this time know of anybody with families with children in them, we try to bring as many families with children as we can. I have a maximum of 250 tickets. They go fairly quick, and we donate all the tickets out. So anyone that has knowledge of any families like this that would like to come, the only thing we ask is that if you take tickets, you come, because we have to, if we give them a count of 250, we have to pay for 250, and if 30 people don't come, we still pay for 250. So it's the only thing we ask of people since we give the tickets away. And you just can get a hold of me. Most people know my number. If you don't, you can call City Hall. They'll give you my number. If not, it's 856-305-7693. And I'm available anytime from 7 in the morning till 11 at night. After that, you're on your own. February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is the New Jersey State Elks Youth Peer Leadership Conference. We're taking a total of 9 children up to that. We've been doing that for somewhere around 20, 22 years now. And the Elks are sending 5 children up. We're sending 4 children up. We're also sending up advisors with them. And they have a full weekend of workshops where they learn leadership skills. And those people are already chosen, so we don't have any, we don't have any spots left. And those people are chosen by people in the schools, since they have a better chance of knowing who would benefit from a leadership conference than we would. And then that's all I got for the Alliance. I would like to thank all of you for the support that you have given us, and we hope for the same support with the new crew coming in. Now, back to me now. The Wheaton Property. I have a corporation that is interested in buying that property. Now, I don't know if they could do that through the city now, if they do that because it's in bankruptcy. I don't know exactly how that works. If they would do that through the city, or if they would do that through contacting the present owner and working on it. Maybe the city attorney would know that.
Right now, nothing can be done until the case is settled.
Although the city is the actual owner, it's just that it's in litigation right now.
But you should let the.
I say drop the name, Joe.
Yeah.
But,
You can let them know who it is.
Absolutely.
And I would, like us to at least look at selling it to a private corporation before we turn it over to a government organization. Just my personal opinion. Nothing against the government organizations,
Well taken, Joe.
Those are good folks.
Well taken.
Thank you, sir.
So that's all I have for now. And again, any of you that have families with children, please get a hold of me, because I'd like to have at least 250 people.
Where is the dinner?
At the dinner's December 3rd. It's from 4 to 8. It's at the Elks Lodge. There's no drinks sold, because we're an organization that tries to keep kids off drugs and alcohol. But everything is free. We have roast beef, chicken, baked ham, and a bunch of vegetable stuff.
Well, you go through the menu, you're going to fill up that 250.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now.
And so like I say, again, I have those 250 tickets. I'd like to see 250 people there. And if you know anybody, please get a hold of me.
Got it, Joe.
It's the price is just right.
Wonderful
You
thing.
can't beat. Plus, we have the fat guy comes and I shouldn't say it. We have that hefty fella comes and gives the kids a picture with him and gives away some Christmas presents. And I'm probably not supposed to say Christmas either, but you got it.
You're good. Thank you, Joe.
Quit while you're ahead.
That's pretty good.
good evening. My name is Irene Velasquez. I was here on November 8th with a complaint about your Millville City Department of Inspections. Well, after I brought up that concern, I actually got an offer by Mr. Russell here to actually leave my information so he can look into the situation. Well, to conduct an investigation, and this is, I think, logic, you need to look into both sides, correct? You need to look here and look there. Well, he determined that there was no further action when it comes to the inspection that it was done by the city, but I was never contacted. Nobody went to my house. Nobody took a look at the repairs that haven't been done. So still, there's code violations standing. Nobody has gone there. Nobody has seen anything, so nobody has addressed the issue. And this is something that affects my life, my livelihood, my home. Right now, not having a correct draining mechanism, I have to take a shower with 2 inches of dirty water because it's not running properly through the drain. Unfortunately, I contacted William Davis, and he never got back to me, and when he finally did, he got back to me in an email with an untrue statement saying that he had called me twice, and a man had answered my phone saying that I don't live there, which is a cell phone. Nobody owns my cell phone but me. Now, I need to know what I need to do. I had run all the chain of command. I had done everything that I'm supposed to do. I actually sent you an email today to Mr. Santiago and to yourself with pictures before and after, because the pictures that they were provided by the landlord, they're awful. You cannot see. I need somebody to come out. And if you need to come personally to my house and see that the repairs were not done, you're more than welcome. I actually opened an invitation on that email. This is very upsetting. I live with my parents, 74, 76, and I shouldn't be going through this. I went through Kathy Eastman. I went through Diane Reinhardt. I went through Mr. Davis, and nothing was done. I'm here. I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I go to work an hour away. And I'm here, and I still haven't got home. Why I'm here? Because still, there's nothing done. Code violations are still there. And the issue is I have a civil lawsuit in Bridgeton where it says that she can receive the money because the repairs are done. When I have the money in her escrow account. Why I started withholding the rent? Because she was not repairing anything. 2 years I spent asking this lady to repair something. And you know why she started repairing stuff? Because I took her to court, and because she was not getting money, and because she was told by the court, you need to fix this. So now, what's the next step? What I need to do? Who I need to talk to?
Those ballots was, I talked with our inspection staff and Mr. Reinhardt and you, and I did call you on 2 occasions. From a city phone, you can open that. You can open my phone records.
All right, me too.
But I'm satisfied. Our inspectors have a combined 50 years experience. They've told me that everything is fine. We do not mediate landlord-tenant grievances, and I think that's where your complaint is with the landlord.
No, I'm not asking to mediate. I'm asking for this to be
the email
repaired.
I sent you was my final word on that. I don't
actually,
think we can do any more. Thank
this
you.
is the thing. I contacted you by email, by phone, and nothing was done. And with the code violation, it still stands. That means the repairs were not done. This person should have never got a certificate of occupancy if the repairs are not done. And the investigation should not be one-sided. Not because the inspector is telling you that it's done, that means it's done.
Mr. Russell. Yeah, ma'am, the job of the inspector is to go on site and inspect the property, and then if he determines that the code violations have been fixed, then he issues the certificate of occupancy. And I reviewed the file. All of that was in order. I also invited you in my letter that if you didn't agree with that conclusion, that the best thing for you to do would be to get an attorney. You can certainly have your attorney contact me, but I think you're really asking the Board of Commissioners for legal advice. We can't give you legal advice.
I don't need legal advice. I need an inspector to do their job and do it properly, following procedure, policy. So if they're stating here that those repairs were done, that's not true. That's illegal. Actually, issuing a certificate when something is not done is illegal. So if he's saying that the draining mechanism was done and it's not done, it's not repairs, and I have before and after pictures, that means it's not done. Period. Point and simple. He's human just like me. He can lie in a piece of paper just like anybody else. I don't agree with that. I pay taxes like everybody else. We were just talking about code violations here. for the rental properties. Funny, ironically, I'm sitting here and they're talking about code violations for rental properties. Well, this is a code violation.
I have a question. So was the drainage actually
Part of the violations in the report? Yes. That's just one of the things that I'm mentioning because that's not all of it. But my question is, if it's not done, why this person has a certificate of occupancy? I'm the one dealing with it every day. She's not taking a shower in my bathroom. I am.
we've sent people out there already?
Yeah, multiple times.
No, just twice. Kathy Eastman, she did the inspection, and then Mario went and re-inspect after supposedly the repairs were done. That's it. 2 times. As a matter of fact, at the email that I sent you, I sent it to the Daily Journal as well. So my question is, who's the next person to contact? If I cannot work this here, so what's the next step? Point me in the right direction.
I think our attorney gave you the right direction.
So basically, it's
can I
getting
finish?
legal counsel.
Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Get legal counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Get him to speak with our attorney, and maybe we can resolve this for you. Obviously, we're not going to fix it tonight.
No,
I know. I'm being serious. We're not going to fix this. I can see you're ready to go with this, and you're upset, and I can understand that. But we're not going to fix it tonight. But if you do get someone, have them reach out to Mr. Russell, and hopefully we can work this thing out.
Okay.
And
so
ma'am,
basically,
we're not qualified to inspect the property. I mean, I'm not, and no one up here on the dais is.
I do understand that. You're telling me something that I already know. What I'm asking is for the city to make sure their inspectors are doing their job. I'm not asking for anything else. And not to lie about it, that's what I asked for, a re-inspection. And as a matter of fact, the first inspection was requested by me, not by the landlord. So, but now I understand that my voice is not, it doesn't matter unless I have that legal representation behind me. And unfortunately, that means money as well. But I will try my best to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jonathan Murky, Churchill Drive. Just first of all, thank you for your service, every one of you. And I'm also grateful for people like Joe Sutherland, who makes Millville a better place. So thank you so much. In this season of Thanksgiving, we would also like to invite anyone who can and would like to join the churches of Millville as they host an evening of praise and thanksgiving at New Life World Outreach tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And New Life World Outreach is just behind Lowe's. And it'll be a great time, and it's a community-involved celebration together. You're welcome to come. Again, thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Same to you, Mr. Murphy. Thank you.
Natalie Tyson, Dream Builders Empire and Dream Builders Empowerment Network. Last meeting, I did not stand up to say how honored and privileged I was to be part of take part in the elections, hosted the mayoral team who have been elected to office next year. And why I wanted to mention that, it was such a wonderful occasion to see everyone come together, a diverse group of people come together and work together with one cause, that their voice be heard in the city. And in that same spirit of Thanksgiving and in the spirit of love and Thanksgiving, we invite you to participate in our Thanksgiving dinner for all. Volunteers and donations are welcomed. We are hosting a community Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, November 22nd at 1 p.m. It's going to be from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at 208 North High Street in Millville. We are coming together as a nonprofit and other businesses on High Street in the spirit of the season. It's not just the people who need food. Can we come and mingle together? We don't have the facility to have people sit down, but we just want to share. We want to share love. We want to share unity. We want to share oneness and care and concern and laughter and music and just make it a community occasion. So we look forward to welcome you there tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Natalie.
Anyone else? Seeing no one else, I close the public portion part of this meeting. Comments of commissioners. Commissioner Davis?
No.
Commissioner Sui?
Nope.
Commissioner Ennis?
Just like to say to everyone, enjoy your Thanksgiving and enjoy your families. And don't forget to just appreciate this moment because we don't know where we'll be this time next year. So enjoy and appreciate opportunity to break bread and give thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Perkin Perry?
Progress.
And also, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. And when you see a veteran, make sure you say hi to them, shake their hand, because that's why we're all here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
This means adjourn. Be safe going home, folks. Thank you.